don't want to talk about this Diddy trial, but this shit is just, I'm just gonna making a video explaining why I'm not gonna do a lot on this. We as people are falling into the trap that the prosecutors laid out for him. Yes, the man likes crazy type of sex, whatever, in his bedroom. That's his right, okay? Diddy is on trial for racketeering, okay? And the sex trafficking, supposedly. So what they have done in this year is try to paint him in society and as well as on the books as a monster, this guy that's running this big organization, i.e. Bad Boy Records, as this, like, yeah, it's a functioning music business, but it's just a cover-up for him to have this big sex empire, or that he can use his artists for sexual pleasure needs, or use them for other things. And if they don't, it's threatenings of murder, or, you know, their lives will be over, things like that. That's where his racketeering charge is making sense. Then you got the sex trafficking, is where it's like they got him for sex trafficking because he was having freak offs in different states over state lines. So basically, if these workers who were doing their job willingly decided to hop on the private jet or took a job that was over state lines, that can be considered sex trafficking, because you are purchasing somebody or reaching out for somebody's sexual services and making them travel further than 10 feet to do so. So it's kind of sounding kidnappy, but you have to really think these are willingly working people who are doing prostitution. So it's like, it's not illegal to be to receive the prostitution, but to make it a transaction is where the illegality comes in on the prostitutes. So they are testifying to basically all this testifying and all this shit that's happening, and all the domestic violence video we saw. And the video in the hotel with them in the hallway by the elevator was the key thing, because when they dropped it, they made everybody and all the conspiracy thinkers think that this is going to be about the way he treats his women, the people that have died in his place, all of this. So they have everybody like us influencing media, influencing people's mind, possible future jurors, that this guy is a terrible guy. He's already has the ability to hit a woman. So why wouldn't it be crazy that he can perform a Rico or have a sex traffic organization? But the way they're charging him, the things that they're using to charge him with these big charges are very minute, really not that crazy. A lot of the shit that he's getting charged for is shit that everybody does every day, not just rich, regular people. Okay. That's the thing. And that's where my problem comes in with everybody on the internet, because y'all all like, burn Diddy, burn. But the thing that he's on the stand for is not what y'all want him to burn for. And I know y'all like, hey, we'll take whatever it is as long as he get to jail, because we know, or we assume, he's responsible for these multiple deaths over history and time, and all these mysterious things, and the fact that a lot of these artists gave their all willingly on TV or however else and didn't make it anywhere. It just didn't happen. And I mean, yes, he probably stopped caring, and people probably felt used or whatever for his own gain, but that's just you being hate. That's just like a hatred for him. That's not nothing that you should put him in jail for, is what I'm saying. So we're feeding off of other people's emotions whose dreams didn't happen, and Cassie, who was in a domestic violence relationship, but was also a co-conspirator in the charges that he is placed for. So my thing is, I can't jump down his throat because of this case, without her throat being jumped down, because yes, she was a victim, yes, she was scared, but it's not like he took her when she was a kid. Y'all watched a lot of Criminal Minds and a lot of Lifetime movies. I get that. A lot of Tyler Perry shows. I get that. But y'all are putting those crazy ass situations or your own personal crazy shit and feelings onto her, when yes, she was in a domestic violence relationship, and yes, as a woman, we are there to love a man. We may get a little blinded by love, but she had way more means and the ability to leave than any other woman that you've probably watched on the show. Like, let's be for real. Even Tina Turner got the fuck on. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, they was older, but even she ran the fuck on. Like, and she wasn't orchestrating none of the crazy parties that Ike was having behind her back, using her money, doing that shit like that. No, that's different. Cassie was picking up the phone and doing shit with, he wouldn't even be there. He was not even around. He was actually somewhere actually doing work or performing or doing an event. And she would be at home still in the groove. So with that being said, that does make it illegal, and it makes it look like a big sex organization. Like, he hired people that say, oh, your title is assistant, but in reality, your only job is to make sure all the lube and condoms are stocked up. You know, shit like that. They're trying to say that whole bad boy, everything he's ever touched, it always had an underlying thing underneath. Which I don't think. The nigga loves music. We know that. That's that. He's giving us hits on hits on hits. It's there. The talent is there. They can try to discredit him and take that from there. But I really feel like all of this came about originally because he pissed them people off with them alcohol companies, how they were labeling him as a hip-hop alcohol. They were only giving him bare minimum in marketing. And they weren't pushing him like how Jay-Z was pushing himself with his own alcohol. Jay-Z's alcohol is in everybody's luxury fucking restaurant. You know, Ace of Spades bottle is a decoration. You know, Ciroc, you see them more in the urban clubs, things like that. You know, it's not pushed in the white neighborhoods as much. So he was suing them for that. Settled, which means they did agree, and he did have points to prove they were right. But once he settled, all of a sudden his bags came out the closet. Cassie's attorneys and all them hit him with the, hey, if you don't say this, we're going to do this and all this. And they knew it was going to happen. All his protection and all that other shit. Because know that when these motherfuckers got money up here, they got phone calls. They got connects. They can be like, oh, I know her attorney. Or I know so-and-so that deals with Cassie. Or whatever gym she works at. I'm going to give them a call to see if they can drop a bug in her ear. See if they can get her to feel like, I'll fuck this nigga. You know, let's get him in jail. Let's get some money out of him. You know, they do shit like that. And this video is long and drawn out. And y'all probably won't even make it to here. But I just want to know. I just want it to be said out of my mouth that I understand he did bad shit to her. And domestic violence is terrible. And people should not be pushed to do anything they didn't want to do. But at some point, people have to take accountability, and that does not you don't take that away from people just because you like them or they're pretty or they cried in front of you. You have to look at the facts. You have to look at the reality, and you have to give everybody a fair trial. That's what y'all not doing. Y'all not listening to both sides. Y'all just assuming his side is a lie because y'all want to be on her side, and that's not fair. And that's why I can't talk to y'all every day about it. So, yeah. And for my last 60 seconds, from what I've seen, it's just all of them trying to embarrass him. All this perversion, all these details about sex. I don't really think we need to know that. We don't need y'all to ask, how many times did you ejaculate and did she give to him? Why the fuck are we telling these details? Why are all these sex workers giving out free promo for their sex books and about their sex performances and how good they were in bed and all this? Like, I feel like this is just becoming a shit show, a clown show, a circus early. And it's like, it's just taking away all the credit from what it was supposed to be a serious situation. So, catch me when they open up a Kim and Biggie trial. Then we can get down to the nitty gritty.